Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Well, the stage is being set, narratives being played, and dialects being thrown at us day by day. It seems to change. If you're paying attention to things that are taking place, this kind of coincides with my previous video, my last one I did, about the leaders, about those in charge. Um, I'm sure many of you have heard the news of Obama in a recent interview leaking some information about aliens and their existence. But hey, they're not in Area 51 underground in any kind of underground base. Let's not even dive down that rabbit hole. Let's stick to something above ground. And then you got Trump coming out. Oh, he's mad because, he leaked some classified information. And now he comes out on True Social saying he's gonna let it all out. He's gonna release the files, the UAP, UFO files, and he's gonna just, give it all to us. Well, if you know how things are played out and you've been watching the E-files, it's gonna be even probably more redacted than those. So I don't know, you'll get about this much truth and about that much lie. So make sure you're paying attention to that. What's happening here is the narrative is being shifted, the dialect's being derived, and things are moving forward. Just as many of us have been watching for and talking about. What's going on here, if you know anything about the man named Bill Cooper, if you know who Wernher von Braun is, he was the lead scientist at NASA during its creation. He was a German scientist who came here during Project Paperclip after World War II. He confessed something on his deathbed to, I'm not going to say his secretary, but to one of his interns or whatever. She has brought it out and been a whistleblower in many cases about the alien card and it being played to deceive many at the end. If you know the Bible, if you've read it, I know something the church today, a few speak on it, but very few. It's not something that's brought up often or in regards to how it should be brought up. But many churches don't even talk about the spiritual side of the Bible, demons, hell, the spirit world, Nephilim, the things of prehistory, pre-flood, and those times. There are small parts of the E-files that talk about ancient technologies that have been found. So we start thinking about this. You need to put two and two together. And to direct somewhere else real quick, I've been given a lot of crap over the past few years on my stance, on my view of the shape of the earth. I don't believe we live on a floating ball through some ever-expanding vast universe as we're shooting through space and everything's spinning and circling everything else, and it's just, wow, we should be dizzy. That's all I'm going to say. For many years, I've always believed what my eyes have shown me. I've spent years, and I mean years, 9.5 when you add it all up, floating on the ocean. I've seen how expansive the ocean is when you can look through binoculars and see it's much further than what it seems. I've seen ships that naked eye, you can't see them. Put a pair of binoculars up to my eyes and, oh wow, they're there. Kind of crazy. That doesn't happen on a globe. That happens on a plane. We don't live on a planet, but we do live on a plane T. So words are used as a play a lot in the occult world. And the occult runs a lot of things, folks. I don't want to dive too much in that because I don't want to lose too many of you. That's just a small rabbit hole if you want to jump on. But I believe my eyes. And my eyes have shown me many ways, many times. We don't live on a spinning ball. We live on a flat plane. You can see these things for yourselves if you know what to pay attention to. Too many signs, too many things that just didn't add up, didn't make sense. And just a little bit of common sense kind of straightened it out. So if you look at every type of ancient culture, none of them, not a single one, ever mentioned, talked of, or spoke of, or believed in a spinning ball flying through space. I know people are going to say, oh, but we learned more with the advance of technology. No, actually, we've learned less. The ancients lived off the stars, looking at the sky. I mean, not like they had TV or an iPhone or, YouTube. No, they looked up and they studied the stars. That's how they told the times and the seasons, by the sky. So they knew the sky and the stars very, very well, much greater than we do today. The original calendar, it wasn't days and months, it was seasons. And in the Bible, you can see this. Months weren't spoke of until much later. But I'm not even going to jump into that. I just want to throw out, it's very important to know. Now, mind you, I'm not a flat earther in the sense of flat earthers. I'm somebody who believes in biblical cosmology, plain and simple. I believe in what the Bible tells us about the earth, that it's fixed, stationary, non-spinning, and the sky rotates above us, which, look at a time-lapse pictures of the night sky. You'll see this for yourself. Watch videos, time-lapse videos of the night sky. It circles us, folks. We don't spin around it. If we did, we'd never see the same stars twice. And this is just fact. I mean, it's common sense. Stars are billions of light years away, and we're shooting through space, hurling in different directions, spinning and spinning and spinning. We would never see the same stars, constellations, twice in our life. Nonetheless, twice in a year or in 100 years, it don't work that way. So you can believe what you want. I'm not telling you, ditch your theory, whatever. But it's important to know what we live on and that we're alone. God created the earth to be inhabited. He sits above it in his throne and looks down upon the circle. And it's not even, the word isn't even circle, but he looks down upon the earth. There's the rakia, or what's known as the dome. I'm trying to think of the actual word. I'm brain farting big time. But they know it exists, this dome above us. They've tried to break through it. Hillary Clinton has talked about it in public. Most people had no clue what she was talking about. You got Project High Jump that talks about these things. There are many unclassified projects from the CIA, the military, that have come out speaking about these things. When they talk about flight, jet propulsion, their manuals state these take place on a non-moving, a flat, non-moving earth. This is their writing, not mine. I've read it with my own eyes, folks. You can find it yourself. But that's just a little side note. They're starting to talk about the UFO disclosure. The timing is perfect. I mean, you got the E-files coming out. Every name known to God is coming out, and they're all going to be on it, all right? I don't care who it is. Your favorite people, your not favorite people, they're all involved one way or another. This is something you need to come to grips with. But right now is perfect timing. Let's throw the whole alien thing out there. And folks, I don't believe in aliens in the sense of beings from another planet or galaxy or universe or solar system. But I do believe in aliens as being extraterrestrial or extra something. Pre-flood, you had the Nephilim, which were creations between the fallen angels, which the Bible speaks of, and man. These are the sons of God and the daughters of man. Sons of God is not a Seth bloodline. That whole thing is crap. Sorry, it is. The sons of God in the Old Testament always refers to angels, spiritual beings. Sons of God in the New Testament is a different meaning. That is mankind. Read it and look into it. You'll see it for yourself. So sons of God with the daughters of men is fallen beings, fallen angels, mating with human women, creating this thing called the Nephilim, which were giants. There's proof of these giants. Thousands of articles, sightings, bones, late 1800s, 1700s, where archaeologists discovered these things all over the world, all over. Of course, they've been hidden, they've been taken away. Believe me if you want to or not, it's out there. You can find it. You don't want to believe it, that's on you, but it's there. These beings were created. They were destroyed in the flood because the whole world became evil because of these beings and the fallen angels. They were wiped out. God started fresh. now, here we are today. And, they're bringing a distraction from the e-files because, like I said, everybody's on it. Everybody's on that list. In some way, shape, or form, they're connected. So let's distract them, because the attention span of people today it's about this much. I mean, look at TikTok. Prime example. I try to do shorter videos, under 20 minutes, and I can't keep anybody's attention. But mind you, if I broke these down into a bunch of videos that are 20 seconds long, I might get more people to watch them. I don't know. But I see this take place. So they're like that with the narrative. Every day it's something new, something new, something new. And then you forget about what happened yesterday or last week when everybody was just hooting and hollering about that. It's narrative. It's dialect. It's to keep you distracted from the truth of what's really taking place. We're starting, like I said in my last video, we're at the 11th hour, folks. Things are going to happen very fast. And what's playing out now is this alien deception, because picture this. You have all these religions that are God-fearing, so they say. But now, let's bring in extraterrestrial life from a different planet somewhere. Well, that's going to crush, it's going to crush atheism, which I'm fine with that. It's easy to crush anyway. But it's going to crush a lot of people's beliefs, because you're going to have these beings that have advanced technology, long lifespan, and, well, Jesus? Who needs Jesus? No, we created you. There's already people out there that believe this stuff. It's going to be tenfold very soon. And many will follow this because everybody has to, God says it in the Bible, signs and wonders. That it's going to be signs of wonders that will deceive many. And when you see things, wow, it's right there in front of my face. Well, we're told to believe and have faith. Have faith in the things. Jesus says this to Peter. Blessed is he who has seen for himself. I'm paraphrasing. Blessed is he who has seen for himself, but blessed more is he who has not seen yet believes. So it's those who have not seen for themselves. They didn't have to witness it. They believe within themselves. They believe that Jesus exists. He's real. He will return. He will resurrect. Those who believe this without seeing are more blessed than those who witness something and then believe. And you want to deceive somebody? Let's give them a sign and wonder. Look at all these Mary apparitions that have appeared over the many years. Look at how many people those have deceived. Millions, billions. The whole Catholic theology, the whole Catholic religion is deceived by Mariology, whatever you want to call it. Marianity. Yeah, signs and wonders are going to be what breaks everybody. The majority, minus the elect. It'll be the elect who will not be deceived, only because the deception of Satan will be so great that if it weren't for the divine intervention of God himself, even the elect will be fooled. That's how powerful it is. You can't outsmart Satan, folks. You're not that smart. He's been around for thousands of years. He's had a long time to study the scriptures. He knows what he's doing. And I don't care how much of your life you spent in the Bible studying it, you can't beat him on your own. It'll be God that does it for you. What's playing out, and it's all perfect timing. You got the whole Artemis 2 mission. Now it's been delayed. Just picture this. They take off to go, not to the moon, but over and around the moon, because we haven't done that before. So they say, which, by the way, no, we haven't. We definitely haven't landed on it. Can't land on a light, folks. But let's say they take off and they say, oh, this UFO showed up and met us in space. And wow, and they bring back video footage that, whatever, how they create it, CGI, whatever you want to call it. And then all these people say, oh, wow, look at this. They saw him in space. And yeah, there'll be many believers because, once again, signs and wonders. Don't be deceived. Don't be fooled. Your eyes are the first thing to deceive you, folks, if you don't have biblical fact behind you. If you don't have strong belief of Jesus and what the Word says. The deception is turning up big time. And my last video, I think, got 15 views. And I thought it was a pretty good video about kings and the leaders of, deceiving those and leading to idolatry. 16 views. Billions of people on the world, in the earth, on the world, whatever you want to call it. 16 views. The elect are not many, folks. They're not. The narrow path is narrow. Few travel it. Are you one of them? Or are you somebody who's going with the masses? Are you going with the next cool thing? The next deception? The next, oh, hey, look over here. Or are you staying on that path? Walking the path that you know because you're being shown is true. Don't buy the UFO game. Warner Von Braun said it's going to be the final card played. And it will deceive many. You got Project Bluebeam. You have all these different ways they can deceive people. Folks, back in the 70s, 60s, they had a plan to surface a submarine off the coast of Brazil and project the second coming of Christ to jam the phone lines for an invasion. This is an actual project, a military operation that was planned 40 years ago. They had the technology. Think of what they have now. Whatever we are shown technology-wise that you think is great and wow, I can't believe that's real, what they really have is probably 20 to 50 years ahead of that. Easy. So we don't have the latest and greatest. We have what they're already done with. Keep that in mind when you think of things. Robotics, technology, CGI, AI, it don't matter. We only see what they want us to see. We don't see what they really have. You need to understand this, folks. The deception's kicking up. The narrative, the dialect, they're all following suit. You cannot be looking over there, because if you are, you got 50 things going on over here. And out of these 50, one of them you need to be watching. You need to have discernment. True discernment. And if you don't, you're going to be fooled. You need to ask God. Pray. Pray to Him that He guides you, that He protects you, because it's only Him that does it. It's not you. It's not your pastor. It's not your TV. And it sure as heck isn't any of the leaders, politicians, whatever they are. None of them will. It comes from God. So you need to be digging down, biting deep, and getting in that word to know the truth. Look into the shape of the earth, folks. I don't care what you have been taught. Most of the stuff we've been taught is lies. You get truth, yeah, you do. But you get a little bit so you stay there. But the rest, lies. You need to know how to be able to decipher through it so you can walk that narrow path. And if you belong to God, He's gonna do that for you. He's gonna guide you. But you need to make sure you're there doing your part. Because yes, He won't lose any He's meant that He has chosen to save. He'll make sure of that. But you got to do your part too. So you can't just follow all the stupid that's thrown your way. You gotta know what's what. You need to search the truth. My people will be destroyed for lack of knowledge, is what Jesus tells His disciples. You need to get out there and learn. Learn the truth. The truth will set you free, because Jesus is what? He's the way, the truth, and the life. By following the way, you will learn the truth and have eternal life. I love y'all. Stay blessed. Stay in His word. God bless.